Hello, Dad TDM here, the train driving man. My apologies, that was just to annoy my son, who, when I said that's what I was going to do, got fairly annoyed with me. Said I was stealing somebody else's identity. My apologies also to Dan TDM for copying his opening. Anyway, hello once again, and welcome to my first video in the Train Simulator 2017. I'll jump straight in. This is the first time I've played Train Simulator. Managed to download it over the weekend after a little bit of a hiccup via Steam. Initially wouldn't do it, but we'll wait a couple of hours and it did download. So I have had a look at it. I've had a couple of goes with the first two scenarios, and that's what we're going to have a look at today. Is just repeat those scenarios and whilst I'm just so you can see where I am with the train simulator and my relatively lack of experience at it. As I say, probably had about 2 hours maximum, I would imagine, playing on this. You can see that I've completed 1 and 2. We'll do both of those 2 again. So I'll click straight on, learn how to stop and start a diesel locomotive. Wonderful. So let's have a look. So my background in terms of Train Simulator is 0, although I have been flight simming for a fair few years. In fact, I started on Flight Simulator 2009, way back when it was first introduced, which I can't quite remember when, but it's probably about the best part of 15 years ago. So that's my background. So I am a flight simulator. I understand a little bit about simulators as they are, and I know the engine in Train Simulator is probably a similar sort of age to that of Flight Simulator, and therefore isn't making best use of modern computers. Here we are, we're sat inside the cab of a SD70 MAC diesel locomotive, which I believe is an American locomotive, and I did have a quick look to see what it was before when I first saw it, and so it's the EDM, Electromotive Division of General Motors, the SD70 MAC 6-axle 4,000 to 4,300 brake horsepower diesel motor locomotive built between 1993 and 2004. I understand there were over 1,000 of these built, and the particular one here, I've had a look through to see if I can match up the colour scheme on this locomotive and see if I can find some pictures of it. I found one and it looks to me like it might be a BNSF colour scheme on the locomotive, so let me know if I'm wrong. I'm sure that if I do have any American viewers out there, which I very much doubt, you're surely going to correct me. So here we are. Oh, by the way, I'm from the UK, and when I'm going to do most of my train simulating, I hope, for some reason I don't seem to get too much. There we are, back to the right side. I'm not sure whether I should then have forward. Now we need to move that off. I obviously clicked the wrong button there. I now need to release the brakes, don't I? So let me click on there and now release the brakes. And now let's give us a couple of messing up here, aren't I? I'm trying to use a mixture of the controls and the other bits. I haven't done it a couple of times before, so there we go. 3 notches, I think that's called. 3 notches of power. So I'm not sure what this here is. Release. Coming up now. I'm assuming I'm able to go now. I do like the way it sort of throws you back in the seat just a fraction. saying that I can idle the power. Let's have a quick look at what I've got up to before I start idling the power. I suppose I'll probably let's see what I do idle the power. There we go, I've idled the power. We're back into the correct state, shall we? So as I was saying, I live in the UK. I tend to do most of my simming in and around the western region, Great Western region. I'm hoping to do mainly modern day attempts at the... right, so we're going to have to start braking now. Let's hit that. Let's to about there. Make sure we're slowing down nicely, which we are. Normally like to enter this, and I've done this before. I found if I enter this much above 20, it's sort of I get confused when I get to the end. We are slowing down nicely. I'm just going to release the brake in a little bit now and then, just so I don't slow down too much. But like I say, so Western region, Great Western region, modern. I live in Oxford, and I'm hoping to be doing much of my simulating between sort of Oxford and Paddington, that sort of area. Totally. We'll get to here doing about 10, just under 10. We'll make this a little marker. I think that means 100 metres or something like that. So some sort of countdown marker. So that's where I'm planning to do most of my simulating. So if anybody has any recommendations for the add-on packs for that area, please do let me know and leave it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do in terms of getting that. Let's turn off a little bit so I'm not too much again. Sort of touching the brakes and taking them off. Aiming to get it so that the light was, the top light was just touching the bonnet was what I was hoping to do. I'm not sure what the correct position would be around here. Let's just take that up now and stop it. And there we go, finished. What I might do is just do that one more time and have one more go at it, and then we'll have a look at the next scenario. Like I said, I have had a little play with this. I've done this scenario a few times, probably 6 or 7 times, this very first lesson in the academy. So yeah, while we're waiting for that to load back in, not sure whether I said this, but the computer I'm using is made by Scan Computers, which it's one of their 3XS computers, and I had it built probably maybe 3 years ago, specifically to run Flight Simulator X on it at some relatively high frame rates with some relatively high settings. So I'm hoping I can sort the settings out here. So let's move that into forward. Let's just move that into the release position, and then if I come here, let's just go up to a couple of notches. 3 notches. So, and I did manage to get some reasonable frame rates out of FSX with this computer, so I'm hoping I should get some reasonable frame rates with Tran Sim. I've got the settings on high. Now I don't know whether Tran Simulator is the same as FX, where there's lots and lots of messing around with configure files. Put that back into neutral and just drift along here at 14 miles an hour. classics. There's lots of configure files to try and make the thing run and get rid of the blurs. I'm not sure whether it's a similar problem with that train simulator. I know there's often a lag in loading in various bits of detail, and I'm guessing some of that's hard drive based rather than the hardware base. But I find that when I'm driving some of the other scenarios. I'm ready to brake again. We're in the braking zone, so let's hit the... Oh, if I can move that down to there, I keep forgetting this. To that. Too much. There we go. So I must remember these two buttons. One I think is for just the train only braking. And one is for the local only train braking, and one's for the whole train braking. And I get pressing on one arm to stop some of the braking. I do appear to be slowing down adequately. And come down a little bit more. Just a fraction on there. I'm going to be doing much below 10 when we hit this barrier, as I said before. I'm going a little bit too fast now, so I'll just slow us down. I'm sure these countdown markers are just for the end of the line, so where the buffers are. I'm not sure if this is the way American buffers look. In the UK they would tend to have buffer stop. To give us a little bit of fraction on the braking, because we make sure that we are slowing down on time. Yeah. And clearly here there just seems to be a single buffer, and let's just get the second one braking. And I'm not sure whether that is the case in the States. I'm just letting it roll in, see if we can park in a very similar position to the last one. Once again, probably slow down a little bit too much. It's quite difficult to judge the braking. It's something I'm going to get used to as we go through the various scenarios and start to do the wider bits and pieces. So we're still doing 1 mile an hour. I'll wait for this just to drop below, and then I'll brake again. And there we go. So scenario complete. That's that one done. I'm reasonably pleased with that. What I will do is load in the second scenario, or the second of the training academy bits, which is, I believe, based in the UK this time, so much more to my background. So I'll just let it load in. Whilst I said I intend to do, I obviously pressed the wrong button. We'll come out of this one then, if we can. Actually, we'll just... what I'll do is I'll go through it, I'll pause the video and we'll go through it, and once I'm done we'll... Well, we're back, and having got through that one, I've now clicked on the correct one here, so the A1, so which I'm assuming is Academy 1 still, and it's the DMU, and it's a Class 170, which is much more similar to the trains that I'm used to. And indeed, the Class 170 is very similar to the turbo diesels that I catch almost every morning between Oxford and Reading, the Class 165 and 166, and indeed the class is developed from that. I understand the class developed from that design, that original design. And it's similar to the 168, which also go from Oxford Station now via the Chiltern Railway area. Here we go, and there it is. There's our wonderful class 170 in Academy livery. I've just realised that that other one was probably the Academy livery as well, the orange colour. Just realised what that means. So the class 170 then. Let's have a look and see if we can, in terms of the specifications, so the car length is around 77 feet and a maximum speed of 100 miles per hour. So the horsepower is 422 horsepower, it says, at 1900 RPM. However, I'm not sure we need to worry too much about that. Let's have a go at this. We're obviously now based in the UK, you can tell from the dirty windscreens. Very cloudy weather. And this time we've got a single control, so the control is a single control in terms of brake and accelerator. So let's have a go at pulling this one towards us. Click it through. That's too much. It's 3 much there, so 3rd much. Just 57% power. That's what accelerator will be. So, got to go via the brake zone, it says. Safe to apply full power. To rest my laptop on. We don't need any power, we can coast now. So let's into the F position, which I'm assuming. There we go. That's the coast position. So should we enter on the brake? Let's remember to press the D rather than the A in order to stop us. There's the brake. Seem to be stopping more too quickly on my liking. We didn't need to stop all the barriers at the end. So it's as if this scenario complete, that's all we needed to do. We'll just have one more go at that scenario, and then what I'll do is I can then go away and have a play or a sim at it, get a bit more used to the controls and the likes. Yes, so my intention then is to try and produce a video, one video a month, along with a number of other videos. Those of you that may be watching the channel will know that we have a number of ongoing videos, not least of which is my son's gaming videos, over the name of the Blaze Rod, hence the Dan TDM comment at the beginning. So let's just push that into forward. Let's accelerate away. Hence the Dan TDM comment at the beginning, as I say. So we also got his amp keeping channel, my budget recall. and so just started some interesting rounds of these we do. Type series initially. See the difference when I get to the end, if I get to the end of another stop before that, the difference in the buffer times between the American scenario and the earlier one and this one. And that must have been the first time I drove this particular academy practice. I was surprised at how steep the gradient is at the end here. I don't go from the buffer zone. So we're heading downhill towards the lowlands perhaps. One thing I'm not sure of is how to get the 3D camera appearance. So now I can remove this one. I'm not too sure how I can then this one. I can see the brake gauge, so let's have a quick look at the software in terms of that. So there we go, so I can see the brake gauge, and I wonder if I might just under 10. Drift in now. Yeah, I was wondering if it's possible to get the 3D view on this one. So then I might just give us a first step of braking as we go to here. Don't forget. It's about too much of it. This is made by the dramatic falls here. I'm assuming they're going to use this line from both overhead and the third rail, because on both areas there's a third rail, so just going to get it to go to the edge. There seems to be a slight error on the graphics here. I'm not sure whether that's common. So a particular setting I need to adjust in order to get that looking right. So let's just do something. I probably stopped a little bit too much in there. Anyway, that's about all I've got time for this video. Like I say, thank you very much for watching. There'll be no more dad TDM comments hopefully at the beginning. If you did enjoy the video, please like, and if you enjoy the channel, why don't you subscribe? And thank you very much, and goodbye.